Lo changa namngela ku live bush camps chat no Khaya Tlou. Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good day, and good afternoon. My name is Khaya, my name is Tlou, and welcome to my weekly show called Live Bush Camps Chat with me. So we're coming to you live from the Greater Kruger National Park here in this beautiful area called Pridelands Conservancy in the southern part of Balule Nature Reserve. What a wonderful day. It's very, I can say it's very cold today, but I'm still wearing my shorts because my long pants are injured. So I will be buying them long pants sometime this week. Hopefully I'll be as warm as possible before I receive my pants. Yes, so if you're new, this show is all about live cameras and other pre-recorded cameras from our curators. Thank you so much, and really appreciate that. But before I proceed with the show, let's see who's with us this afternoon or evening. We have Masi, we have Arla Ramo, we have Rosalind, First School of Life. I was with you on a live drive. That's Janine. We have Mary, also Mary was with her on the live drive. Willow, Barbara, hello Barbara, was with you. Brian, Brenner, Carol, I was with you. Masi, Naked, hello. HD, no, this is wrong I believe. Wendy, Atropa, and Ida, how are you, how are you, how are you all? You can see nice setup here and all the beautiful things happening. I have this microscope and the beautiful things to show you today. Very interesting. And I also have my small little laptop here that I will be showing all the pre-recorded clips. And what's going to happen is that Mary is on FC, and there's no one here. The camera is operating itself, but Mary was here earlier on and he left to FC, and Brian is busy preparing some food. And yes, Mary will be helping me, giving me all the updates and give me all the shots. So what we'll be doing, Mary will be playing all the live cameras and see what is happening on our live cameras. So we have live cameras from here in Pridelands Conservancy. It's about nearly 2,000 hectares of beautiful game reserve. We have one just right next to us here outside the studio. It's called Critter Cam. We have Penguin Cam in Cape Town. We also have Pridelands Clan Hyena Cam here just the southern part of our reserve. And we also have HQ Waterhole 1, 2, and 3. We have 3 cameras just outside of our camp. We have Kwanga, we have Ntomu Dam, we have Siviti, Tlou in the Western Cape. It's crazy. We have quite a lots and lots of our live cameras operating 24/7 in different area codes, and we believe that we'll be having more cameras. We'll be operating more cameras. Misguided Guide, hello Alex, I can see you. And yes, my show is all about the cameras, and it's all about talking about what our cameras saw or seen. Yes, or seen it during the past week. So what I'm going to do is I will ask Mary at first, because our multi-view is not working in the meantime, so we will be going straight to our live cameras. So Mary will be starting from what camera, Mary? Oh, Elephant Cam 1. Yes, this is Elephant Cam 1. It's night time. Kel 6, I can see you. Elephant Cam 1. Here it's just right outside our camp, and you can see there's nothing really happening here, but we see all these beautiful things around this waterhole. So it's this is the first one that's nearly on the ground. It's catching everything that's very low and that's passing by and nearby, and all these small little things like genets, leopards, small little impalas there, steenboks. And we also have another camera. It's Elephant Cam 2, I believe. Shandara from Ottawa, hello. So this is our second camera that's looking straight north. That's Chechani, a neighboring reserve in the north. We don't traverse there, but maybe in future we'll be traversing. And we don't really see any movements around here, but hopefully we'll be seeing something during the course of the show. So Mehdi, let's go to the next one, brother. Oh, for a night, I can see you. Also, this is the third one, and this one was attacked before by a baboon and also attacked by an elephant. But now it's properly camouflaged, because at first when they attacked these things, it was still white, and then I think VMP was on the process of painting it or spray painting it, but then they did spray paint that camera, so now it's nice and blending in so perfectly around this habitat. And Mehdi, let's go to another one, brother. We have Pride Lens hyena den. Beautiful. Hyena den has been quiet these days, but hyenas have been whooping all over the reserve. So, and some viewers, they did hear a little bit of sounds and noises coming from that camera and coming from that den. They believe that there might be some cubs there. Who knows? So we're waiting patiently to see who's going to come up with those cubs, because that den has been quiet for quite some time, and it's been in commotion some few months ago, and now it went dead again. Because the thing is, all the cubs that we know of, they are old enough now to be fending for themselves, and so they will be walking with the rest of the clan. So that's why it's not as much as active as much, because hyenas, they do have all these den sites around their territory. So the whole of Pride Lens, it's ruled or owned by the Pride Lens clan of hyenas. So they have a little bit of a few den sites around here, and then they visit them whenever they want to. Yes, mate, let's go to another one, brother. Oh, thank you, Lucky, for your super chat there. We have Khaya Waterhole. This is a beautiful reserve that we will also be driving on our live drives there. But in the meantime, we do have traversing rights there, but we haven't installed all the possible things for us to have a live drive there. So VMP will be working on that in future, and hopefully we'll be seeing the beauty of Khaya. So there's nothing really happening. It's just right on the eastern part of our Pride Lens. So a few kilometers to there, just maybe 5, 10, 15 minutes max to go from here to this particular waterhole, which is called Khaya Waterhole. So let's go to the next one, where you can see the flying insects are out and about. Nocturnal behavior is starting to reveal itself. So that simply means the lions will start roaring, the hyenas will start whooping, then the leopards will start sowing. And these beautiful birds, beautiful called fiery neck nightjars, they will be doing some magical calls. Yes, this is Creator Camp, just right next to me here. Just right next to me here. It's not far from me. So it looks very huge, but it's not that big. But it's one of the busiest and one of my favorite cameras around. And so we might see something from the civets, the genets, the jebels, and also hyenas. And we were visited by a hyena a few days ago. We saw it from this camera. So in our camp, we're having a friend, and we don't know where it's sneaking. And so the maintenance team will be making a 360-degree turn around the fence and see where the hole is. Do you have cameras on leadwood? From Cal 6, I don't think we have cameras on leadwood. I don't think so. Boskamp, yes, Boskamp. We do have Boskamp, but not in leadwood. But yeah, we do have Boskamp camera. Not far, just in the same area with, or same space with leadwood. Yes, we do have that. Mehdi, let's go to another camera, brother. Did have ever stolen a banana from one of us? I believe so, because once you leave a door open or a window open, monkeys, they come in. So let's go to Rocky Cliff. Thank you so much, Mehdi. Michelle Harris, I can see you there. Thank you so much for watching. We love you too. We love you too, Michelle. So this is Rocky Cliff, and today it's full moon. It's Park Moon. It's Park Moon today. And Brenty gave me some heads up on a live drive this evening. Because why is it called a Park Moon? So I was reading about it, and it's called a full moon in July, the 13th of July today. So it's called the Park Moon because the antlers of the male deer or bucks are in full growth mode at this time. As the Old Farmer's Almanac says, bucks shed and regrow their antlers each year, producing a larger and more impressive set as the years go by. Beautiful. Beautiful information behind that. Miss Khaya, I love this camp in particular. It had snow and beautiful. Rocky Kloof is proper, and you can see almost everything happening around that camp because it's not as thick as the Lowveld, because the Karoo habitat is different. They have small little bushes, and most areas they're just bare patches of sand because they don't have a lot of grasses there. But it's beautiful to watch that, and it's the coldest place in South Africa. I also love. So, what's your favorite camera? Beautiful people, because my favorite camera, is a Critter Cam and also Boskamp because they are pumping. I love them. Yes, Mary, it's a Park Moon. Mary, let's go to another video, brother. Oh, empty penguin cam. Empty penguin cam. So we do see penguins here, African penguins, and sometimes see the geckos. We see the gerbils coming in there. Sometimes you see maybe a mongoose coming to have a look. But hopefully there will be laying eggs in this coming summer. But in the meantime, they're just utilizing this as their shade and their house for some time, and then they will be laying their eggs again. Those 2 eggs. Maybe next time they won't be attacked by any predator. Let's go to another one, Midi. So this one is in Cape Town. A trapper saying Critter Cam. I'm with you on that one. We had Siviti, just northeast from here, but it's quite a distance. From here, we're in Siviti, one of the busiest. You can see that the sky is on fire, is crazy. And the combination of those clouds and the light from the full moon, it's just insane, if I can use that word. And then the hippos, they do come, the nyalas, because nyalas, we hardly see them here because they prefer thick areas. So Siviti gives us an opportunity to see all these things that we hardly see, like nyalas. Beautiful. Love that. Mary is saying it's so hard to pick a favorite. Yeah, because sometimes this Pride and Clan is pumping, this one is pumping. But my favorite is Critter Cam, because I don't like other cameras. The thing is, Critter Cam just reveals everything from bigger animals you find here and all those creepy crawlies there. That's why I like Critter Cam, because some of the things we miss on the bush while we're driving, because we don't really do much bush walks, and then we normally in our game viewers, and then we miss all these things. And Critter Cam is there to grab all those little small creatures in the bush. Ajive Bunny, hello. So Mehdi, let's go to another camera, brother, and see what's happening. So maybe there might be something walking by, something drinking, or something just stretching. So let's go to the next one. Yes, Ralph M. We do have penguins, African penguins. They're here. And you remember I used to call them the jackass. Because of them and their call, because it's like call is like a donkey. Yes, or maybe we have some gremlins here. I think that one of our cameras is not working properly. This is in Tomu Dam, so this one is the same reserve as the one we saw earlier on Kwenga. So this one is in Boston, but you can't really see the time. I think the IR light is not doing magic there, because sometimes we do see that water beautifully. So now we only see the tree line and the skyline there, but hopefully it will regain its strength and start working properly again. Oh, and they can see that's all the cameras. Yes. Kelsey still said about Hosanna. We all still say it, eh? Rest in peace, buddy. You love Boskamp, Jive Bunny. Your favorite is Critter Cam. Yeah, Boskamp is also pumping with all these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful things. So while we're proceeding with the show, so Mary is in FC, so he'll be letting me know if there's something coming or something he sees on our live cameras, then we'll quickly jump to that. So what I'm going to do now is I will start with the pre-recorded clips, and we discuss a little bit about them, and then we go for our what's this, microscope. We're going for microscope, and then because I'm changing things a bit today, and then after microscope I'll be going for viewer photos. What do you think? Because normally I start with the live cameras, pre-recorded clips, viewer photos, and I end the show with microscope. But now pre-recorded, microscope, and then viewer photos. Thank you so much. You don't think Tlou has an eye out, Carol? Yeah, it's dark, eh? It's not as visible as or like other cameras. So, but VMP, a magical PEC member of Painted Dog, he'll be making sure that everything is visible around in Tomodem. Yes, quite distant from the Sabi Sands in Paluli, because Sabi Sands, like, if I can say if I can go to Juma side, I can spend about an hour max from here. Yeah, driving, but walking I can spend about the whole day. Yes, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my small little keyboard while my tabby is here, my tablet, making sure that it's static. It's static. It's static. Static. Mary, this is my number one, brother. My number one. Let me play that. Yes, I'm playing that. So it's a beautiful bird. So this, as I was saying earlier on, that critter cam is one of my favorite, because you can see all these beautiful things. As you can see, there's a dusky flycatcher here. So hardly see this in the bush. I think I saw it once. And the flycatcher that I normally see, it's a black flycatcher and also a drongo, because a drongo is also part of the flycatchers. But this one is so beautiful, and you can see its coloration, it blends in with the surrounding. Like, I just pause there, and I just want to see the beauty of this bird. You can see the mouth part, because what I do when I identify a bird, before looking at the coloration and looking at the other things, I look at the beak or the mouth part, because it tells you what that particular bird feeds on. Because you will see a decurved beak, a recurved beak, and see a beak from a raptor. You can see this one, it feeds on insects, so that's why, like, it's called also a flycatcher, because what happens is they're catching flies in flight. Most of the time that's what they do, and sometimes they get to be lazy sometimes, like drongos do, because what they do, they will be waiting for animals to be passing by, especially the antelopes or the grazers or the browsers, to walk by, or the herd of animals, and then they will be waiting for those insects to be disturbed, and while they are flying about trying to settle again, then these birds will be going for them. Yes, Atrop, I agree with you there. And so you can see it has a white eye ring. It's beautiful, beautiful looking bird. It looks different. So Mary, let's go to another clip, brother. Yes, the naughtiest animals in the bush, followed by the vervet monkeys. So you can see this one is pretty chilled, because what it's doing there is looking for all these new shoots of grass or plants, and also tubers and roots. and it can also feed on insects. That's why they are known to be omnivorous, because these ones are also formidable hunters. Because if you have noticed that during a lambing season, you'll see these huge male baboons. They will be hunting these lambs, impala lambs, and also they will go for flamingos or baby flamingos and the adult flamingos, because I've seen one baboon grabbing a flamingo while it was trying to take off. So you can see now they're busy digging, and if they like turning rocks or stones upside down, and they're scared of snakes, so you'll hear a baboon barking like bah! if it's disturbed by a snake, especially if it's not aware that the snake is there. And so these animals, particular animals, you can see they're in a troop, so they don't fear anything. They respect other animals like lions and leopards and stuff, but a leopard will know that it won't force its way to that water hole, because they know that baboons, they can attack and kill a leopard. So that's why sometimes I can say they are quite relaxed when they are in a troop, because you can see they are looking in different directions, and you can see that the safety is been covered. The safety part has been covered, because if one baboon sees something very scary, or a cat or a snake, they will shout. And baboons, most of the time, they mean business, especially when they bark. Let's go to the next one, Mary. Beautiful troop of baboons there. Ooh, Jiri the Jiros. Yeah, the climate is changing, but it's still green here because of these late rains. So we're going to have a very greenish winter. And now we have giraffes, beautiful southern giraffes, and you can see it's drinking, and it has to make sure that it doesn't look down for a long time, because what happens is they have a big heart that they can weigh up to 11 kilograms, and it pumps blood throughout the body. And just imagine if you can pump about 60 liters of blood throughout your body per minute. That simply means you don't have to face down for a long time. So that's why most of the time, if they do that for quite some time, then when they lift their heads up, they will shake it a little bit just to clear their brains a little bit. And so these giraffes are like threads. I think this one doesn't have a belly button. It looks like it has a belly button, but the top part of its ossicons, it looks like it's furry and looks to be a female. And sometimes you'll see giraffes with two young ones, and you mustn't be a bit confused in most cases, because they're sisters or cousins with babies. They can leave other females with babies with their babies. So sometimes you'll see a giraffe walking with two babies and think that maybe they're twins. They do get twins, but very seldom, because just imagine if you can give birth to twins, while one of your both your twins weighs about 100 kilograms each. Yeah, that's a lot. Beautiful, agree with you there. Celtics woodland kingfishers don't turn up till the end of spring. Yeah, the woodland kingfishers are here. They were here, but they are gone now. So you start hearing them around October, November, December, Jan, a little bit. Then they move back to Central Africa. Mary, let's go to your next one, brother. Yes, Krita Cam again. We're going back to Krita Cam. Let's see who's on Krita Cam. Waiting patiently. Whoa! It looks like we have Zazu. When do you see a woodland kingfisher attrapper? Krita Cam, or one of our cameras. So we have Zazu here. So you can see it's his or her beak is red and decurved, and the yellow-billed hornbill, its beak is yellowish. And as I was saying earlier on, that it's easier to identify it. Just look at the eye color. This one, it has a darkish eye color, or blackish. And then the other one, yellow-billed hornbill, has a yellow eye. And then this one, it doesn't have a lot of streaks on its chest. And then the other one, it is the white chest. 2 mornings ago, you saw a woodland kingfisher. I don't think so, because woodland kingfishers, they will let you know that they are here. Their call is loud and different, very loud, because they let us know when they are here. And if it was here, it was going to call. But interestingly, so some of the cuckoos, like I saw a dead cuckoo some years ago. I saw a dead cuckoo in winter, but they do come here and then they lay eggs, and then they leave with their offspring, so their chicks, when they are ready to fly. But interestingly, so around this time of the year, they move north, and then some, I think that they're not ready to fly with the rest. They are left behind, but they will be quiet as possible. So because I saw a dead cuckoo in the wrong season here in South Africa, but I don't know whether it does apply to a woodland kingfisher. Probably you might have seen a brown-hooded or maybe a striped kingfisher, because they also have the bluish colors, those two birds. But I will have a look. I'll have a look on that one, because you might be right, I might be wrong. So let's go to another one. Ready? Yes, we're going to another clip. So this one happened just yesterday, 12th of July 2022. So this critter came just like next to us, or at CVT. Woohoo! We have a hyena. So this is inside our camp. Just imagine. Just imagine. Whew. So this is a sub-adult. I think I've met this guy or girl. So let's wait for this one to drink and get satisfied. And I think this particular individual finished all the water in there. That's why Brian was supposed to fill up the pond again. So this one is part of the Pride Lands clan of hyenas, and you can see it's still growing, because you can see the legs are still black. And so what happens is these cubs, or this particular sub-adult, is born black. And I just pause there. Let me continue and see what's happening. Beautiful. Let me just wait for it to finish drinking. So what happens is they are born black, and you can see that this is sub-adult, not a fully grown individual, because the legs are still black. You will see when they are fully grown, you will see brownish color and a black spots, and they do have different spot patterns. And you can see here it's trying to kiss our camera. And you can see this one is still sub-adult. And what's so interesting is that they will circle up to 18 to 20 months, and they can still rely from mom until they're about 2, because that's when they start being fully independent. But if it's a female, it will stick around with the natal clan. But if it's not a female, it will leave, unless if it wants to stay with the natal clan, it can if you are male, but you won't have all the rights to mate, or an opportunity to mate, because the females of in a clan, they are attracted to foreign males, because they don't do inbreeding, so they avoid it as much as possible. Oh, Carol, I think it's Robin's Cup. Yeah, it might. Let me tell you something. It's been a while not seeing these hyenas. It's my first few months here, I was with these hyenas for almost every day. It was nice and easy identifying them and stuff. But now, different story, because it's been a while not seeing them. But I can hear them. I hear them every day. Every day. Kelsey, who is the matriarch of this clan? Also, that one needs to be clarified, because there was a commotion between Robin and Smile N, and and half-tail, it was commotion. At some stage we thought Robin's cub was, both cubs were dead, and at a later stage Robin emerged with her cub. So, and at some stage Smile N and Half-Tail, they once acted like they are very dominant because Robin was away for weeks, and then she came back and tables turned, and but we have Hannah, a very good friend of Painted Dog. So she's studying hyenas, and she has a master's degree in that, something like that goes with that. Yes, so she will be helping us clarifying all this commotion around this Pride Lands clan. Mary, let's go to another clip, brother. That hyena returns to drink. We're not gonna stick around for quite some time on this one. Let's see when it returns. Yes, a dropper. Actually, it means like this hyena was here the whole time, the whole night. The whole night. Eish, Mary for Wild. Say it again. Days of our hyenas. Yeah, but they did give us a show, and I'm so glad that they gave us a show. And they, we saw other behaviors that I've never seen before. Because remember, there was this one cub that was killed not far from Leopard Dam. So Leopard Dam is just west from here. So we saw a cub there that was, its face was out, like the nose and one eye and the lower jaw was completely off, but I didn't do anything. Mary, let's go to another clip, brother, of this hyena returning to drink again. This 251. So what happened was we didn't make any video because that was like, that was too graphic. That was too graphic. So this one, actually, it was here to drink what I think, because it was trying to find a rubbish bin. I think it did at some stage, because we found some few plastics around the camp. So it means this one, we know now that he's a real culprit. I also miss sitting at the den. Mary, let's go to another clip. Last clip of the hyena, I believe. This hyena was very busy. Yes, it was. I remember doing a show. I think it was an hour show of like sitting at the den with the hyenas. I think it was Julie's show, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was beautiful watching those cubs running around, and it was just crazy. So I believe this is the last clip of a hyena. Yes. So I think because he's going that direction very much, there's a pathway that goes to the fence there. So I think that's supposed to be checked. So now it's coming back, deciding on, let me drink a little bit more. No. Mary, let's go to another clip, brother. So today we have beautiful clips. Yes, another clip, beautiful clip that I loved watching. Look at that. What is that? Is that a female lion? Is that the leopard? What do you think there? Is that a female lion or a leopard? This one, I can't really tell what is it. What I just want the viewers to guess first, Mary. A drop, I see we had stored in the plastic bag with something in it. Our animals are naughty here in the camp. We make we do justice to put water in there, but they going for extras, and we are only offering them water 24/7. That's it. But they're going for extras to our garbage there. Yes, you have to make a plan. Ooh, that's a leopard, kill 6. Yes, I believe everyone can see that this is a leopard. Let's proceed with that. A lip. And what's a group or a collective noun or name of leopards? Do you know that? I know it's seldom finding leopards in groups, but you do find them. And you'll see what the leopard is doing now, and it's gonna give you an answer. Yo! That's a collective noun of a leopard, a leap of leopards. Yes, pale male leopard, I believe so, because I can't really tell it's a male or a female, but most definitely that's a male. Looking at the body structure, and because the females are quite smaller, because I had a female leopard at a live drive 2 days ago, and I'm 2 times the size in terms of weight, 2 times heavier, a big boy. Mary, let's go to another one. Yes, Mary, that's a leap. Yes, let's go to another one. Yes, this is elephant Chem 3. So you can see in this clip, you can see there's lots and lots of birds, they're flying. So what's so interesting, they are running away from something, but these birds, that's their flying pattern. So they fly in these small to huge flocks, and they are called red-billed quilliers. And those birds are so interesting because to identify an area where those birds were, you have to look at the grass seeds or grass tops or inflorescence. If most of the grasses there are still having some grass seeds, that means those birds haven't visited that area, or they were there, and while they're still feeding, then they were disturbed maybe by a predator or something, then they move away from the area. Because if they see all these predators around their feeding grounds, they tend to avoid that area. And this is a beautiful elephant. Yes, agree with you there, Carol. So it's been drinking some water. This one is not really drinking. You can see it's like playing with water. And as you know that the elephants, they drink as much as they can, but they're still fresh. Oh, Mary, let's go to the next one, brother, because I don't know what happened there, but it started afresh. Oh, it's I included, saved 2 same things, Mary. Sorry about that. Let's go to another one. Yes, Mary, let's go to another one, brother. So yes, an answer to, let me remember, us are penguins in South Africa. Yes, we do have, this is a penguin that we do have in South Africa. And I believe that they're the only penguins that they breed in South Africa, on South African shores. So it's an African penguin, and I believe it has to vocalize there. Oh, shut off. So this is a beautiful penguin, but their numbers are declining. Their numbers declining. So this one maybe is having a conversation with another penguin. So you can't really differentiate between a male and a female, unless you see one here on live camera laying an egg. So you will differentiate that that one is a female. Yes, Mary, let's go to another one, brother. Yes, this is Boskamp, Leadwood area. So look at that, look what's happening there. It's a very interesting clip because you can see there's a rhino there. You can see it's trying to go and drink. Oh, look at that. Something gave it a fright. And look, rhinos, because they can't see properly, they can smell, they can hear. Probably they had something there, that's why they were so quick. Because the rhinos are very quick, especially the black and white ones. Do not be fooled by this huge weight, because a white rhino can run speed up to 30, 35 kilometers per hour. Then a black rhino can run up to 45. And sometimes you see a rhino, a white rhino can be faster, can go up to 40 kilometers per hour. But the fastest one, it is a black rhino with 45 kilometers per hour, because it's much smaller compared to the white rhino. Because this one, it's 2 times the size of a black rhino. It can be 2 times and a little bit more, because they can weigh up to 2005, and black rhinos can weigh up to 850 kilograms. Not a very large animal. Yes, so that's our last clip, and you can see it's looking straight into the darkness with its baby, and that baby will be chilling with mom for a long time. If it's a female, it'll be chilling with mom until about 4 or 5 years old. If it's a male, then his dad will push him away. Oh, ready? Before the viewer photos, let's go for a microscope. So very interesting today, because our microscope is having something very interesting. Number one, we have a cocoon here, or a nest, or an egg protector that belongs to a praying mantid. So this one's old, and I took it because I knew that everyone was out or is out, and then the purpose is done, because I can see it's very old. That's why I took it from the bush. And so I also have but this one is very flimsy and very fragile. So this is a nest, and there's eggs in here, but it's very old. And I just picked this on the ground while I was just sitting. And I don't know what these eggs belong to. And this one, it's a caterpillar. A caterpillar that didn't reach its chrysalis stage, or its pupa stage, didn't pupate. So it wasn't lucky. And so I will start with a caterpillar, and see what happens. So I don't know what this one is, but I believe it's going to be a butterfly. But it didn't get a chance to be a butterfly, because it didn't pupate. So are you ready? When I say are you ready, I remember SpongeBob SquarePants. Are you ready, kids? Aye, aye, Captain. I can hear you. Aye, aye, Captain. Who lives in South Africa in the bush? Khaya, Tlou. So are you ready? This is going to be very interesting. This is going to be very crazy. I don't think you've seen something like this before. Maybe you did, but this one, a caterpillar, is going to be very crazy. Are you ready? Oh, there was a honey badger 3 years ago at Boskamp. Beautiful. So I don't want to break your eyeballs. I want to make sure that I get what I'm looking for before Mary sends this live. Mary, this is insane, brother. It's blurry. Yeah. Yes, Mary, look at that. This is a caterpillar. Look at those spikes. This one is properly protected. And in some areas you'll find that some caterpillars, they are so dangerous to that, or potentially dangerous to that point that they can inject venom. And in some parts of the world you will see other wasps, especially if I'm not mistaken, the cuckoo wasps, that they lay their eggs right on these caterpillars, because they know that they are protected viciously by these thorns or by these spikes. So you can see how beautiful this is. So it was my first time actually seeing this today, because you don't really see, you see just hair, but you don't really see these spikes with a naked eye. Standing close up, Jive, I agree with you there. Mary, this is mind-blowing, I'm telling you. And look at those small little hair that's attached from these spikes, and I believe they act along with sensing purposes. Rosalind, this is a wow. This is on another level. And the coloration of this caterpillar, you can see there's orangish, brownish, whitish, blackish and grayish colors. Maybe it's fading away now. So I just want to try another position, Mary. Come back to me, Mary, so that I can try another position, a different position, because this is just on another level. I just want this part that looks like the face or the head. Yeah. Why this thing it's so it doesn't wanna do what I want it to do, or I'm not the one wants to do what it wants to do. What I'm doing, I'm confusing this thing. That's why it's doing this. I'm confusing it. Mary, let's try it for last time. Yes, Mary. I think I'm great there. Beautiful. So this is the side of its face or head. So there's a little bit of whitish hair, so it looks like crazy. So you can see those spikes are not as long as the ones on top of the body. So these are the ones nearly on the leg, or on the legs, on the sides. So they're quite short compared to the other ones. Beautiful. So I believe this particular insect was a butterfly, or it was going to be a butterfly, and it has all these life stages like complete metamorphosis. So it's an egg, it's a larva or caterpillar, then chrysalis, pupates, then you get an adult. So let's get to another beautiful thing. So this is a very old nest. It's a very old nest. So others, I've noticed that others they emerge from these eggs. Let me make sure. Yes, Mary, come to me, Mary. Oh, look at that. So this is I believe it's some sort of flying insect of some sort, because most of the wasps, most of them, they prefer to have a cocoon, and then they will leave something inside with their eggs, so that when it hatches, there's food for them. But here, you can see that there's more little things that they only feed on, I believe, on the juices that they are inside there before they head out. And most of the time, the wasp, they prefer to use mud or wood or thorns. And some cocoons are made from silk, and with extra things like twigs, leaves, and dirt. Just stop there. Whoa, ready? Let me get this thing right, because it is just mind blowing. Yes, just there, Mary. Just look, it looks like bubbles. So this is the top part of this cocoon, or of these eggs, and then the lower part was where it was attached, but I think it fell, and that's why I picked it up. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Whoa, this is insane. Thank you so much, Indira. Beautiful show. Whew. You look like freshwater pels. Beautiful. So our last one, our final one, I just want to break it apart a little bit. Because this thing, you can't really break it into a piece because the inside part it's so strong. What am I gonna do here? Okay, I'll try to do it, to put it in there. Yeah, man. I don't want you to do that. I want you to sit like that, and then I twist you a little bit and see whether I'm going to win with this. No, so this one is a, I'm trying to focus here, but it doesn't want to focus. No, this one, it's a cocoon of a praying mantis. But the problem is that it hardens with time, because when it's still fresh, it's very wet. It's like bubbles. And then when it gets in contact with oxygen or with air, it hardens. So I want to smash it a little bit. Okay, that's the inside part. It looks like it's laughing at me. Thank you so much. Oh. Ooh. Yes. But I think I'm winning this time. No. Why is it not responding? This thing is not responding. Okay. Let's see whether it will respond this time. Okay, this is the inside part, because I tried the outside part of this cocoon, but it didn't want to respond. It didn't want to respond. But I think that's much I can do, because you have been grinding this thing. So this is the internal part. You don't really see this unless you break this nest apart. So this is the hardest part, where the eggs are staying. So the outer part, that is whitish in color, it's I believe it acts in aposematic coloration, because white is not part of a aposematic coloration, but it's the color that doesn't make a prey species to think of eating something, because white, it's not a tempting color in terms of something that you can feed on. And so here you find eggs that can be up to 200, and some mantises, they go to 300 eggs in one nest. So it depends how big the nest is. And then because these ones, they will be hatched into nymphs. So there will be all these small little babies that looks like the adults. So they will be feeding on almost the very same things, and the competition will be slightly higher. But they will be feeding on smaller little things. Whew! This is what I can give you. It looks like honey. Whew! Mary, do you like it, brother? Beautiful people, do you like that? That was beautiful, eh? Yes, that was very pretty. That was very pretty. So, the last part of the show. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to viewer photos. And if you have an app, if you don't have an app, go to Play Store and download the app, Painted Dog TV. Then so that you can add and get all the, you can add your photos, and you can get all the information about what's happening with the pack. And then what I will do, Mary, I will jump to the photo, brother. Yes, here's photo number 1. Here's photo number 1 from Judy. Tree climbing line, Serengeti. Serengeti with my leg. I was in Kenya in the Mara, so there's a Serengeti boundary there. And yeah, I was in Serengeti. So this beautiful line. So this one is a female, and that's why you hardly see the wild dogs in the Mara, because there's lots and lots of apex predators like these ones. So wild dogs, they don't like lions, because they know that they are enemies, and lions will kill a wild dog, or if if we get an opportunity. So this, I'm sure this was a beautiful view, and this one looks very full. It was not really interested in something else, but it was really interested in grinding what's inside there, that protein. So that's why it decided to go up to get that breeze, feel fresh while it be digesting. It was not so easy digesting protein because it takes some energy. So thank you so much, Julie, for a photo. So hopefully you'll be coming to Africa very soon, and we'll be grabbing more and more and lots of photos. Mehdi, let's go to another photo, brother. Exuvia. So that one you will think it's a living thing, but it's not a living creature. It was a living creature, but it's molting time. So that's why you'll see this cut off skin from a molting arthropod. So what they do is they will leave us, they will molt like in this position, hanging or sometimes on the ground. And some insects, they feed on their exoskeleton or their outer skin that is left behind, but some they leave them. And if you have noticed, if you know cicadas, you would have seen a lot of exoskeletons lying on the ground because they have to molt, especially when they have to grow bigger. And that's how they do. So exuvia, it's not this particular insect, but it's what happened here. It's a process of molting, transforming from one stage to the other. So yes, that one wasn't interested on feeding on this one. Thank you, Africa Sky. So this one was in Ukraine, right? Thank you so much. Really, if I'm not mistaken, it was Ukraine, Africa Sky. And so we have a wide rhino, but it was named white rhino after that. Doesn't appear white, but the name says white, but because about the wideness of its mouth, because it acts as a lawnmower when it's feeding, because it's a grazer. And you will sometimes hear people saying, you won't find a white rhino in thick areas. You do, because when it's winter or end of winter, in most cases, but not this year, I don't think that's going to happen, like you lose quite a lot of grasses. So they get to those thick areas to search for these grasses that are protected by these fallen trees or shrubs or bushes. So find them there. And let's go to another. Thank you, Cookie B. I changed your name from Cookie Nigel. from Cookie B to Cookie Nigel. Yes. Julia Kudu, Africa 2019. And I remember this photo said you're going to be taking more of the photos 2023. Africa in South Africa is waiting for you. Thank you so much. This is a female kudu, and with these beautiful looking ears, as you can see, it allows them to listen to your surroundings, because they don't like being in open spaces, but they do come. But these ones they prefer to be in thick areas. That's why when you see them walking, they step register. That simply means the hind leg or hoof steps on top of where the front leg stepped. So you can see the coloration is great, blends in with the surrounding. And this one, when it alarms, it will give you what you are hoping for, because they don't just alarm nothing. Go to the next one. So this one was an app, and it was a duck chanting goshawk. So this one I found that this is it was very confusing at first because of the light. At first I thought it was what? And then I saw the duck chanting goshawk, the juvenile coloration, and in most cases you find a duck chanting goshawk grayish, a little bit with a little bit of blackish part on their secondary feathers, the back there, but it has a prominent yellow eyes, and you can see the beak is a bit yellowish. And yes, if I will find them here, there are lots around here in the Lowveld. They like perching on these dead trees or dead logs. Beautiful. Yes. And then we have, thank you, Brent Leo Smith. Second photo again is Brent Leo Smith. So from the app, this is Grey Kestrel, because he was asking what kind of a bird, what was a bird quiz. So it is a grey, actually not grey, it's in Grey. I think I made a mistake, typing error there when I sent this to Brian. It's grey, like Gray. because of the coloration gray. But these ones you won't, if you visit South Africa, you won't find these ones because you find them Angola, Zambia, just central north there. And so these ones are, they are non-migrants. You find them if you go to Kenya, Tanzania, you see these birds, and sometimes they can gather in huge flocks. Beautiful bird to look at. And then we have the next one, Cookie Bee again, African hawk eagle. Very confusing sometimes to spot this one out, but once you see the red eye and then the yellowish beak with the black tip, and then you see some streaks or pattern on a black or on the chest and the almost completely black back, then you must know that it is an African hawk eagle. It is a true eagle again. So true eagles means that it has the feathers that they go straight to the foot where the toes starts. So a false eagle, if you have seen a fish eagle, it also a batalia eagle, yes, and a snake eagle, brown snake eagle. They are false eagle because their feathers, they start from the knees upwards, not downwards. Thank you, Cookie B, for Cookie Nigel, for a photo. So let's go to the next one. Velma W, thank you so much. African sunset, that is pretty, and hopefully you will be coming back to Africa to grab more sunsets and more sunrises and more animals. Thank you so much. What a beautiful, stunning photo. This is powerful. This is beautiful. Yes, and then we have Cohen sand lizard, Odessa in Ukraine. So these ones beautiful, beautiful lizards, and what I love about them is their coloration, because the green coloration just on the other part, their belly and the other part of their legs, beautiful, beautiful. And it's so nice seeing these. So these ones are mostly ground-dwelling lizards, and what's so interesting is that they do have this long lifespan. They can live up to between 10 and 15 years, so that causes them to inbreed, and they will be giving birth, but not giving birth because they lay eggs, but their offsprings will have problems, or like can say malformed offsprings because of inbreeding, because the males can share territory. They can enter. What's that? They overlap with other males, and the females, you find them sometimes when in their territory they share the very same habitat. And what's so interesting is that the males, they don't just mate with the females, they only mate with the females that they want to mate with. It's their own choice. If they see a female but not interested, the males will be going to another female. Beautiful. Thank you so much, beautiful people, for watching, and thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for your photos. Very beautiful. This was my one of my all the photos were great, but this one because it gave me a kick there, because at first when I saw this lizard I was like, what is this? Because Cohen didn't include the name there, so I was supposed to go to the internet and search, but eventually I found it. It's a sand lizard, and then its scientific name, it's Alcerta, Agilis, something like that. Yes, but it's Agilis. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your questions and comments, and I really appreciate it. So Live Bush Camps Chat will be back again, the same time, same place, different clips, different topics, and yes, different microscope views there. And I really appreciate that. Mary, thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much for extra 5 minutes. Really appreciate that. And yeah, keep on sending your photos, and keep on downloading your app. If you don't have, or your friend or your family member doesn't have an app, make sure that you tell them to download the app. Very easy to use, very easy to operate. Thank you so much. LED Lenser, your torches, your flashlights are very great. Rogue, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rogue. And thank you so much, the people there with the Ndebele blankets, beautiful. And thank you, the Masai Sugar. Yes, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow afternoon. Do not forget to tune in. Tomorrow it's a paid drive, right? We're doing tracking and science, and we'll be doing that 3:30 p.m. tomorrow, South African Standard Time. We'll be going for tracks and science. Who knows? We might be training. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Khaya loves you all, and the Painted Dog team says thank you for your time. We'll see you next week. Bye bye.